So you mean to tell me that you had a man that wanted to marry you and you said, hey, the things that you telling me that you want me to do, I will not listen to you make those demands or make those commands or tell me how I should move outside the house unless you make a wife out of me.
He wanted me to listen to him, but sometimes men want you to listen because they want obedience, but the that's coming out of their mouth is stupid.
Vaughn, I know I ain't gonna even ask Ali. Vaughn, hold on, wait. Vaughn, Di, and Aisha, y'all heard that, right?
Yeah.
If you had to say in that scenario, who was the biggest issue in that scenario, who would y'all say was the big issue?
Black women are responsible for the broken homes in our community.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And you talking about the Black community? Yeah, I think there's a lot of responsibility on Black women. Sole responsibility, I'm not gonna say sole responsibility, but I would be wrong to be saying that they don't have any responsibility. It don't even make sense to even say that. But yeah, I mean, everybody has their responsibility and a hand in it. Yeah, man. I think we gotta really. It's really hard to look at it as blanketed as the statement is. It's important to peel it back some layers so that we can see specifically a case or an example or a scenario of what causes a broken home. And I think many of y'all was talking about wearing condoms and stuff, but that's very, very, very small and minute, you know, because one could have a oops baby and still make it work and then not necessarily be a broken home. So I think we really got to get down to each particular scenario or issue that's causing separation between man and woman and these families, you know, breaking up. But I would like to comment on what I just seen. Ladies, y'all got to understand, man, the men in these panels, on these shows, you ain't never gonna meet a group of men like this that's willing to sit up here hours and hours and listen to you. Most men, I'm gonna be honest, and I think I can speak on behalf of most men. Most men are not gonna sit here and listen to y'all. They gonna just say the hell with y'all, let them die alone, we gonna move on. The guys that's in this space, that's sitting up here willing to come in here every week to listen to y'all, even though we don't agree with y'all, even though y'all are giving us pushback, even though y'all are throwing shade and snipes at us. Most men is not finna sit here and listen to you. We're the voice for all these guys. They will not sit on this panel and listen to y'all. So y'all got to give us some credit. I'll pass the mic.
I feel like, Darwin, it's not about most men listen, because y'all hearing us, y'all not listening. It's not about, it's because we're saying words and your ears are accepting them. You're not listening, because listening is an activity.
And listening is
so you mean, hold on, wait, so let me try to understand that.
Let me just say this because I want to
hold on real quick.
Hold on, Ali, give him a second.
That's a really great point. Listening is an activity. You're saying you're giving instructions then, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is don't push it on me. Do not push it back on the woman. I'm saying you mentioned how y'all are listening. But I'm saying you were just hearing us. You're not listening.
I can prove that we're listening. Watch this, Darwin.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna come to you. I promise. I
think that if we were to have a stenographer record these conversations, and then you had to go back and read the transcript, you would realize that when you got to your portion, whatever it is that you're saying, you were reading like, what is this? If you took the name off,
you just proved my point. You're not.
If you didn't see the name of the person who was speaking, and then you went back and you read your portion of the transcript, I guarantee you wouldn't be able to make heads or tails of what was being said. You would be like, I'm confused. This person is not articulating themselves well. So you think we're not listening to you? We are. As Darwin is saying, I write down what y'all are saying. I came back and I responded to exactly
That's so you can react.
Okay, I don't. How could I react without listening? How can I accurately react without listening? If I'm writing down what you're saying, how is that proof that I'm not listening? Wouldn't that be proof that I am listening?
Can I
Whether
answer that?
intentions are good or not is irrelevant.
I'll tell you how.
If I'm transcribing what you are saying, how can
So
I
that you can react. So
Guys, I
that
do want to get off the whole listening thing. I want to get back on topic to the Black women are responsible for the broken homes in our community.
All right, Danielle. Let's slow this thing all the way down. Let's get back to what we was having a conversation about. All right, so you said that y'all decided that y'all wanted to part ways. And then you said upon a decision, I asked you, why did y'all break it? Why did y'all break up?
okay, so I left him. That's what happened.
Okay, fair enough. So why did you leave?
Because he wasn't what I believe a man was supposed to be.
What do you mean by that?
He wasn't a leader. So it was hard for me to be around him because he wanted me to listen to him. But sometimes men want you to listen because they want obedience, but the shit that's coming out of their mouth is stupid. So it's like, I'm not going to send myself off.
So fair enough. So what was it? Can you give me an example of something that he was trying to get you to listen to? Like what happened?
He would, okay, so he would really want to have conversations about the things I was doing when I was outside of the house, but we're not married. So whatever I do outside of the house it's none of your business. And I feel like
what?
Like if I'm going somewhere, if I'm about to go somewhere, he'll be like, what you doing? Where you at? And it's like, that's too invasive to be asking somebody that you're not married to.
Did he want to marry you?
Yeah.
When did he ask? So he wanted to marry you. He wanted to make you his wife. Why weren't you his wife?
Because I wasn't willing to listen to him be a send-off.
So that means
hold on, wait, bros. I got this. So you mean to tell me that you had a man that wanted to marry you and you said, hey, the things that you telling me that you want me to do, I will not listen to you make those demands or make those commands or tell me how I should move outside the house unless you make a wife out of me, because we're not married, so you can't talk to me about those things. But he tried to make a wife out of you and you didn't want to do it.
It's not about men are easy. That's what I'm trying to say. Men are I'll slow down.
Yeah, slow this all the way. So, all right, so let's keep walking this down. All right, so you said, okay, so he wanted to have a say in how you behaved out the house. Mm-hmm. Can you give me an idea of what kind of things you were doing outside the house that would make a man step in and say, hey, I don't think that's right?
If I would go like, it's so many examples I could give, which is funny, I think. But one of like the biggest three was like if I would go out and not have my location on.
There you have it.
What?
I got something to
say. Wait. I am going to ask the ladies this. Vaughn, I know I ain't going to even ask Ali. Vaughn, hold on, wait. Vaughn, Di, and Aisha. Y'all heard that, right?
Yeah.
If you had to say in that scenario, who was the biggest issue in that scenario, who would y'all say was the big issue?
The man.
Danielle, to me, Danielle, you the issue.
Yeah.
Your location. Danielle, I'm sorry. I've been in relationships. I don't give a damn if he know my location. I don't care if he pick up my phone. I don't understand the concept of why that would even be an issue with somebody that you're planning to share your life with. So this is what I say when I say that Black women contribute to their own failures. I don't know where y'all went wrong or what kind of men y'all date, or I just don't ever see my man asking me where you at and there ever in life being an issue. Because if I ask my man where he is, he gonna be like, I'm so and so and so and so. I was in a relationship and when we went places, he would say, hey, so do you mind if I go? I'm gonna always say yes, but I thought it was cute that he asked, right? So it's like, why would you even put yourself in a long-term commitment to even have a child with somebody that you don't even want to tell where you going? Like,
That what I wasn't talking about. I wasn't talking about my ex. I wasn't talking about my ex-husband. He asked me about my last relationship. I wasn't talking about
Oh,
my
I thought you was talking about your husband. I was like, girl, I ain't never.
No, because he said about a man. No, he said about a man who wanted to marry you. But like, I'm talking about somebody I didn't get married to.
Were y'all cohabitating?
Black women love to go to bat and share their location with a man they've been dating for 10 years that won't even put a ring on it. Like, who been married on this panel that share the location? Even married people don't even be sharing.
I married your location 17 years.
What you gonna do when something happen to you?
What
and
you
he
gonna
can't
do?
find you. He can't help you.
I understand. Listen.
Who's your emergency contact? Like,
yeah, that sounds good. Long as you was married, long as it was a husband, because she was talking about a boyfriend.
Right.
Was they cohabitating?
A boyfriend.
Was I cohabitating?
The right to get
Was you
her
cohabitating
location
with him?
because
No,
he's not going to come and save her. It's a boyfriend.
Bruiser, Sweeney, Market. You know
Was
what's
y'all
funny?
cohabitating?
And I want to say real quick, while I got
Hold on, y'all, because we all talking over each other. One mic.
Hold on, that's important. Hold on, wait. That's
quick,
important
real quick,
because the fact that she was cohabitating with this dude,
yeah,
it
she
just
can
dismantled this
y'all
whole.
married. What does that mean? That's your man. Y'all
No.
love to be like, was y'all married?
You trying to become married.
Bruiser, Sweeney, and Marcus.
No,
One
you
thing
should
y'all
be
gonna
doing
learn
something
is
that a wife does before
women
marriage.
will check in and let
Holding out,
they will let
putting the
social
ring
media
on it.
know where they at,
Then,
but they
but real
won't let
quick,
the man
Darwin
that's
came on this show and